Hey Mike, it's finally nice to meet you in person.
Yeah, you too.
How we doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. Hey, I was talking to Ron the other day. He said you're a pretty avid golfer. What are you thinking about the weather out there? You get a couple rounds in there yet?
Yeah, man, this weather's awesome. This is what we've been waiting for.
Yeah.
Definitely gonna go out, hit the links.
Yeah, I was just out there last week. It's pretty rough.
How'd you shoot them?
Not too well. Not straight, that's for sure.
I feel you.
Hey, so actually today, the point of this, I just want to kind of speak with you for 10-15 minutes, get to know you a little bit more, and find out a little bit more about you. How's that sound?
Yeah, sure.
Good. Awesome. All right. So when I was talking to Ron the other day, you mentioned that you worked at the Milwaukee Journal Sentinel.
Yeah. I actually graduated from Whitewater a couple years ago. Started working right after as a digital marketing specialist. It's a really interesting area, the Milwaukee area, because less people have been actually reading the paper and going towards online news. So
Right.
it offers good routes to take from there. A lot of options.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That's funny you said that. Actually, I graduated from Whitewater a couple years ago.
Really?
When did you graduate?
2 years ago.
2 years ago.
Yeah.
Maybe I saw you when we were walking.
Yeah, you look kind of familiar.
Yeah, I thought so.
Yeah.
So did you move a little closer to Milwaukee for your job, or are you still living in Whitewater or commuting? Or?
No, I moved closer to Milwaukee now. I got an apartment out there. It just made sense, so I don't have to drive as far in the morning. The commute isn't as bad.
A lot of traffic.
I can save some miles on my car too. Kind of got an older car.
Right.
So try and
That's
keep
not a
that
bad
going
idea.
for a while. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I completely understand that. So it's must be a pretty nice feeling to be done with school. You debt free now, or are you still paying off some loans?
Still paying off some loans. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not totally done yet.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm close. I mean, it's really close. I got probably another year and I'll be done. So it's gonna be a nice feeling.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so you you said you're pretty close to being done with.
Pretty close to being debt free. Yeah. There was a big hiccup. And I took a dream trip to Europe. It was a once in a lifetime opportunity. So
you could have been.
Yeah, it could have been, but it was presented to me, and I just I had to do it. So
yeah, that's not bad.
Dream
Travel
trip,
while you're
yeah.
young a little bit.
Yeah, right.
That will always be there for you when you get back.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that sounds awesome. Awesome. I've always wanted to travel. At least out of the country a little bit. Europe's always been an idea.
Yeah.
But I mean, it is a pretty costly vacation.
Yeah.
So I mean, after if you don't mind me asking, how much you saving up after that?
Yeah, I definitely went all out on that vacation. I wanted to treat myself, but right now I'm saving roughly like $350 a month.
Okay.
Just from my my salary. Yeah.
Nice. Well, that's pretty good actually. At least you're saving something. That's a good habit to keep doing. That adds up every month.
Yeah.
It might not seem like it, in your first month, but it's $300 and you do that for a year. That's $3,600 around there.
Yeah. Not
that
too
adds
bad.
up.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now you got your dream vacation out of your way, and kind of got your happy feet with spending money. Now, what do you think some of your goals you have now, or what would you like to do in the next couple of years?
Well, short term wise, I'd like to get a nicer apartment. The area is just not as nice, and I could find a nicer spot closer to the headquarters of my business too.
Okay.
So get
Right.
a little, like to find a new apartment.
Kind of rough area.
A little rough, yeah.
Especially
Just
being
not as nice.
kind of young. That's not
Yeah.
really ideal.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. I mean, I've been there. So I guess Whitewater wasn't too rough, but
Yeah.
So how soon are you thinking about moving?
If possible, I'd like to move this summer, right as my lease is up. It's
Okay.
done this summer, so yeah.
So pretty soon then.
As soon as I can, yeah, definitely.
Okay. Do you feel pretty comfortable that you're meeting your saving goals to be able to move to your new apartment soon, or wherever you're planning?
Honestly, I've been kind of slacking with the savings part. I need to cut back my spending a lot if I want to meet my goals.
Okay. How might that affect you if you were able to move into the new place this summer?
Well, I'm probably not going to feel too good if I can't move into that place this next summer because I've been wanting to do that.
Okay. This next summer, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, if there was a plan that would allow you to do that, would that be something that would interest you, or
Yeah, definitely.
have your eyes on at least to kind of see somewhere to move forward?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Perfect. So moving out just a little bit further. We're not going to jump too far, but maybe 5 to 10 years. That does seem kind of far, but that's how school
Right around
goes
the
and everything.
corner,
That's right
yeah,
around the
flies
corner.
by.
Blinks right before your eyes.
Yeah.
So do you have any more goals, 5 to 10 years?
I mean, ultimately, my dream goal is to start my own business. You know, I'm getting to that age where you want to start a family here soon too. So it's kind of what's coming up next.
Okay, that's awesome. What kind of business do you have in mind?
Well, I definitely want to be my own boss. You know, I'd like to start my own consulting business someday.
Okay.
You know, I'd like to set up an independent business which helps firms optimize their digital marketing.
Okay.
That's kind of ways away, you know, in my mind, but you got to start thinking about that stuff now. Hopefully I can make it happen within like 15 years or so.
15 years, right? I mean, that's good for you, man. I haven't even really thought about thinking about that much stuff, or that stuff that much yet either. I mean, good for you to get a jump on that. But looking forward, that is kind of concerning in your shoes, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It's always been a dream of mine, but to do, you know, kind of things like you, but I couldn't really get my mind towards that either.
Yeah.
So I mean, what percentage of your total income do you feel you'll be able to set aside to meet your financial goals for this?
I mean, realistically, probably about 20%.
20%?
About 20% a month, yeah.
Okay.
It's going to cost a lot to actually have it happen, though.
I mean, it all ranges, you know, with people's income and stuff. But what does let's see. I mean, how could we? What's 20% in you know, on an annual basis, say dollar amount, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah. Dollar amount, it's about $8,000 a year.
8,000.
Yeah.
Okay, and I mean, are you currently doing this?
No, I'm not.
You're not.
Yet.
You're not
I
doing
haven't
it?
started it.
Okay. I mean, what do you think would help save more money?
I mean, I'm in a bad habit of spending a shit ton of money on all this golf equipment. Yeah, you know, I like having the newest and coolest stuff, so it's kind of taking a lot out of my pocket.
Yeah, I hear you. I'm the same way with kind of fishing, man. I like to fish a lot, and that stuff's
not cheap, man.
It's not cheap. You lose a lure, that's another $10.
Right? Yeah, you lose. I mean, when you hit them, you know, not straight. You know, I'm losing a bunch of golf balls.
Yeah, I'm catching more of your golf balls in the pond, and that's where they're all coming from. You're hitting them. You're not hitting the fairways.
Yeah,
right. Yeah. So, I mean, if you were able to meet these professional goals that you have in mind, would that have a pretty big impact on your life? Or
oh yeah, that'd be amazing. I mean, that's my dream. You know, anything you could do to help would be pretty sweet. I mean, not to mention, I'm hoping I can, you know, get there with all the money that I'm going to be making in a couple of years, hopefully with that business startup. So
if you quit spending so much on golf and stuff.
That thing, golf stuff.
Hey, one day you might be able to spend that much once we get you on this plan, maybe.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if we would get you on a plan, would this make a dream goal, you know, kind of sound realistic to you? And would that be something that, you know, be more interest once you kind of understand what's going on?
Yeah, I mean, 100%. Anything that could help me towards my dreams, yeah.
Okay, excellent. So, now, looking long term, what are your goals for like your retirement?
You know, like we said, I'd want to be close to a golf course. You know, golf is one of my biggest hobbies. You know, so you know, I want to have a nice house. You know, maybe by a lake. You know, have a boat, be able to fish.
Right,
you know, with a golf course near you.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, that sounds like a good lifestyle, man. I hope I can get there in 10, 15
you know, maybe
years,
take a couple more crazy trips. You know, just went to Europe, maybe go see, you know, China,
somewhere else.
Yeah, you know, just kind of travel the world, see where life takes me.
Nice. So I mean, are you like currently saving enough to kind of meet that in a fund or anything, or are you funding your retirement?
I don't have a retirement plan or anything yet. Nothing set up.
Are you going to be trying to do that here in the next couple of years, maybe, or?
I mean, yeah,
kind of down the road. That's kind of the back of your mind.
I haven't started. Yeah, just kind of figured, you know, this business startup works. You know, I could just kind of use the money that I'm making from that to.
Kind of where your focus at right now is getting your business going. Yeah, I hear you, man. There's a lot of things going on.
Yeah.
Let's see. So, I mean, have you? How does like knowing for sure that you're meeting your retirement savings goal impact you if you were to do that?
I mean, right now it's pretty scary. You know, so far off in the future, it's easy to kind of just set aside and not really think about.
Right. What if? I mean, have you taken advantage of like a 401k or anything around those lines?
No, I know that they have one there, but I haven't.
Because
really
the Journal Sentinel offers one, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I haven't looked into it.
Okay, yeah, I mean, the only reason I say that they offer one is because I've had a couple clients who've worked for them.
Mm-hmm.
And if I remember right, I believe they, one of my clients told me that they offer a $3,000 match, if I remember right, towards your 401k. Does that kind of ring a bell a little bit?
Yeah, you know, it sounds familiar, yeah.
Okay, and I mean, if you knew you were on track to have that plan to fund that luxurious retirement that you're looking for, would that allow you to concentrate, you know, on the things you enjoy more, like golfing or going crazy on another vacation?
It would put my mind at ease, definitely. You know, I could stop worrying about money so much and just kind of focus on hitting balls straight.
Right. Yeah. Okay. I mean, I would really like to help you accomplish all this if we can. I appreciate you sharing that with me, and if it's all right with you, I'd like to present you with a few options that we could do, or which can help you accomplish hitting balls straight.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Okay.
Let's see
All
what you
right.
got.
So, well, I believe what would be good for you is we should set up it's called a 3-stage plan, and the 3 stages would be short term, mid term, and long term.
Okay.
So it'd be like how we were talking earlier for your 2 to 5 years, your 5 to 10, your 10 to 15, kind of around those lines. And initially, this would help you get into your new apartment out of the area that you were talking about.
Yeah.
And I would really recommend putting aside a percentage of your earnings into a savings account so we can kind of get this going, and as well as like a money market fund.
Why would I have to do like both the savings and the money market fund? Aren't they the same thing?
Well, let's see here. I got right here. So it's a little different. A savings account will be more for like a safety net for you.
Okay.
So you'll have it's just basically more of a safety net, and it'll be able to be withdrawn immediately. So in case of any emergencies were to arise, you got to pull out a bunch of money or whatever. Well, on the other side, the money market fund is it's very similar, but there's a higher interest rate on your money saved. So basically, on the money market fund, you're getting more interest on the money you've already saved.
Okay. So why wouldn't I just like put all the money into that if I'm going to be making more with the money market fund?
That's a good question. The thing is with that is there can be like a slight delay with it. So possibly if you're trying to get something out, there could be up to a day of a delay. So before you can actually withdraw your funds.
Oh, okay.
So that could come back and bite you in the butt a little bit later, if you really need something. So that's the only downfall with that. But does that sound like something you'd be willing to allocate towards your earnings?
I mean, I don't know. There's this new set of clubs that just came out. I've been really thinking about buying those.
The new set of clubs?
Yeah.
What brand?
Oh, they're Callaway.
Callaway?
Yeah, pretty nice
big
stuff.
Callaway guy?
Yeah.
Big Berthas or what?
Yeah, big guys.
Yeah, big guys?
Yeah.
I feel ya. That's, it's always nice to have the latest and greatest stuff. I try to do that with fishing all the time too, but like I said, that's like you said with golfing, it's just tough to afford it all.
Yeah.
But do you think that that may interfere with your ability to get into the new apartment you're really looking for?
I mean, yeah, like I said, it'll definitely take more than the $300 to $400 that I want to set aside like each month. It'll definitely take some of that away, so I guess it could interfere.
So with this, do you feel this would be something towards your interest?
Yeah, I mean something to
think about maybe a little bit. Excellent. So now for your midterm goals for starting your own business, looking forward just a little bit farther here. Starting business can like I said earlier, it's a lot of work. It can be quite stressful and everything, and also very costly. You'll need to have a certain amount of money to put aside for that, and to live off, I guess, while you're kind of getting your feet on the ground and running a little bit. So this would be something where I would highly recommend a mutual fund for you.
Is that like invest in stocks? Is that what is that?
Yeah. It's exactly. The main difference is that it's a diversified portfolio, so which is professionally managed. Okay. So it's basically, and what I mean by that is so the risks are more minimized.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
No, you're not liking that. What are your concerns about that?
I'd rather just you know Bitcoin, right?
Yeah,
everybody's making millions off of it. I think I just kind of want to throw all my money into that.
Into the Bitcoin?
Some kind of cryptocurrency.
So let me put you're probably a long ball hitter in golf then, huh?
Yeah, go big or go home.
Yeah, I hear you. I get where you're coming from on that. The only problem is with that, and I'm not saying that's an awful idea, but the only problem is with that is it's a very great risk involved. There have been substantial gains in the cryptocurrency market, like you said. A lot of people are making a lot of money, but it's extremely, it can fluctuate pretty quick. Which one investment you run a risk of losing majority of your investments versus more like stable growth.
Yeah.
Which we could do. I understand you want to make a lot of money. That's everybody's dream. If flip a coin, you want to make that $1 million right away. But in the same sense, that could be. If you can say you invest your $2,000 or whatever, that could be gone before your eyes.
Yeah, I'd be pretty pissed to myself if I lost everything.
Right, but in hindsight, if you make it, well, you'd be pretty happy that you did it. But a lot of times it just doesn't happen like that.
Yeah, if I lost everything, I don't think I'd be able to start that business.
Right,
my dream business.
Yeah. So I get where you're coming from, but I think this mutual fund would be a little more beneficial for you. So does that sound like something that would be of interest
to you? Yeah, it could be an option. Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Okay. Great. So the last area I would like to benefit you a little bit to get your luxurious retirement is you seeking your 401k.
Isn't that like where you can't touch your money for like a long time? It's like.
Yeah. You aren't, but you're able to return the full investment if taken out early. So basically what it is, but you're essentially earn like free money.
Free money, really?
Yeah. So your free money. So it's like your job currently at your journal,
mm-hmm.
right? They're matching up to $3,000 a year.
Mm-hmm.
So that money that you put in there, and so are essentially providing you with a $3,000 a year raise on top of your investments.
Sounds pretty interesting.
Yeah.
Free money. Who doesn't like free money?
Right. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, it's pretty awesome. And as time goes on, the original investment that you put in there, it grows exponentially. So the sooner you get your 401k started, which I'm sure your parents kind of said something to you.
Yeah, I've heard about it.
Nag on you a little bit about it, but the sooner you start it, the better it is for you. So does this sound something that would kind of be more towards your interest?
Yeah, if it grows exponentially, you want to start it as soon as possible. So I think it could be an option as well. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Excellent. So that's something that I think would be very beneficial moving forward for you, and would work together where I can get you that exact thing, and we can figure out how much that you can save and the outlook, and we'll be able to see kind of where it's going for your future, and kind of get like we can kind of crunch some numbers for you and kind of see what it's going to look like.
Map out a plan.
Yeah. How's that sound?
Sounds pretty good. Yeah,
sounds kind of good.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, how about we set up a meeting sometime? We can talk about it a little more in depth. I can bring a couple more charts for us, and we can crunch more numbers and make you feel more comfortable. And I was hoping that maybe once we meet up, I was hoping you can maybe help me out a little bit.
Yeah, with what? What do you need?
I was hoping maybe to see if you had any referrals that any of your friends needed some investment help or anything along those lines.
No, I don't really know of anybody.
No, nobody.
I guess I do have one friend, Danny Smith. I could hook you up with. He could use some financial advice. He's kind of worse than I am with spending money. Just he has money and he just spends it right away.
Yeah. Okay. Do you have his cell phone, email?
Yeah.
On you,
yeah, I can give it to you.
Okay. If you don't have it on you right now, you can just bring it next time we have set up a meeting.
When we meet, can give him a heads up.
Talk to Danny a little bit. Maybe
give him a heads up. Maybe tell him you're gonna call, and then when we meet, I can give you his contact info.
Okay. Awesome. How does I really do appreciate that as well.
Yeah.
How about maybe next Friday in the morning around 10 a.m. or
could do
something
Friday
like that?
Morning,
Sound good to you?
Yeah, that works.
Awesome. All right, Mike. I appreciate it.
Great. Thank you.
Take care.
You too.